Let's take it off for a second. No, you get in this picture.
No, I'm going bald.
Hi, everybody. It's me and Cher, and we're figuring out for the second time how this works. And gosh, we've got a lot of stuff to cover today in the studio. We've got Genesis painting, we've got airbrushing. What else are we doing? We've got a lot, so we're just gonna wing it. And you guys will be with us for a little while. We're gonna set you up over here on the camera so you can look over my shoulder. And okay, let's go, Cher.
Okay. Can anybody hear us?
Is anybody there that can see us and hear us? I think we're a little bit late. Are we late, Cher?
No, I think we're early.
Oh, maybe we're early.
Oh, we got one viewer.
Reveal yourself.
We got two.
Reveal yourself.
Whoop, whoop. Say hi. Give us something in the comments.
Okay, let's see. I had this all set up earlier, but now I've messed it up. Wait a minute. Hang on. Go like this. Just like this. That wouldn't be. Oh, maybe.
It's not
Oh,
it's squashing.
It's squishing it.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Help us.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
That's my hands. Okay. Yeah, just nobody breathe. Wait a minute. I'll just move this. We had a perfect share.
No, we didn't even touch anything except the
I
camera.
know.
Here, I'll just hold this here.
No, you need to sit down.
No, I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah, that'll work. I'm right there.
Can you see?
I just can't. Yeah, there. Yeah, that'll help because I can see if I'm doing something funny. Okay, so I'm not actually sculpting. Hi, Sherry. Okay, we are gonna first thing. I think we should paint. You think we should paint? Okay, this is Sherry's wonderful little head. Let me see if I can bring it over a little bit. Ah. No. There we go. There.
It's a stiffy.
It's a stiff one. God. This is her little gorgeous little witch head done in cosplay. We're gonna paint it with Genesis. She's gonna let me paint it so I can show you. Isn't that nice of her? Because I didn't actually have a head to do. We did this one last week. Same thing. It's a different shade of cosplay. It's actually that rose shade. So it's a little pinker. But this one is the light, right?
I think that's the fairy light.
Yeah, this is the fairy light. So it
Very
is
light.
really light. But we're gonna tone it down with our Genesis paint, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So, Cher, if you want to grab a chair, you can sit right next to me and follow along.
I'm good.
Are you
If
good?
I
You're
move-
good. No,
if I
you're
move-
fine. See that?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me go get my Genesis paint. I thought I had them.
Mine's right here if you want it.
I don't. Luckily, I know
Come
right
on.
where they are. Let's see, what colors? You're not doing a ghost, so these colors and the red. Oh, the red. Hi, Kona. Yes, I know. You're right there, aren't you? Okay, for the colors that I use, these are Genesis paints. This is the strawberry creases and
Creases and wrinkles.
wrinkles. Thank you. Creases and wrinkles.
And it's pre-mixed. So
Yes,
it's a
it's
nice-
the pre-mixed paints, and they are. You can get them on Seacrest. I get them on Seacrest. Where do you get them, Cher? On your.
from my studio.
You can get them from Cher's studio. She sells these, the pre-mixed little sets. So strawberry creases, and then there's this one. It's called the Sweetheart Blush, and it's also, they have one for creases, one for lips and cheeks, and one for creases, I think.
So it's creases and wrinkles, blush,
Mhm.
and then lips.
Yeah, so I think this one is
There's a-
the lips
Yeah,
one.
there's a whole set of them.
It's a really rich, oh, it's a really rich red. But when it's brushed out, it makes a really nice, realistic blush. You'll see. I just want to go through these colors with you. And then I also use, this is burnt. No, this is the brown color that I think they also have a premix.
So I think
of
that's
this is the raw umber, I
raw
think.
umber, yes.
And then there's a little more of a brownier one called burnt umber, and it's just a little richer. It's not as gray coloring. It's more of a warm brown, whereas this is a cool brown. And I like to use both. I play with both back and forth. All right, let's get started. Get my brush. I use a couple of different brushes. What are you laughing at? My braids. My complete lack of organization. Yes. That's it. That's it, Karen.
Oh, Tiki's overseas.
She's talking in his sleep. Okay, let's get right in on this. Okay, my brushes that I use, they're old scrubby brushes because I'm just applying this one has something weird on it. But you can see they're just old worn brushes. Ooh, the ferrule just came off. Oh dear. That's a hazard. I'll fix that later. Okay, I have another one. And they have they're not super soft. They have a little bit of a body to them. So they're good for rubbing help me, paint into the, what's wrong with me today? They're good for rubbing the paint into the surface of your sculpt. Now, my secret for Genesis is, and how I get such realistic, nice skin tones, is I put it on in layers, very small amounts at first. Because this, if you look at this, there. If you look at this, it looks pretty rich around the eyes and stuff, but that's built up very slowly. So let's get started. The first thing I use is this purple. And another thing about this premix paint, have you noticed this? It's really oily.
Yes. That one
super, yeah. And
oily.
the red, it really, sometimes it'll separate, but I use that to my advantage by tipping the jar and letting the oil run to one side. And then I actually use that oil as a little bit of a medium. I use it to thin the paint out if I need a little thinner, or so I think it's great. I've heard people complain about, oh, it's so oily, and they mix it all together.
See that I made that mistake.
I never do that. So yeah, just tip it, let the oil run to, and then you have your built-in medium right there in your jar. So,
if you mix it, it'll never go back to that consistency.
Yep, it'll always stay, Yeah. So I just put and this is a silicone. You don't have to have silicone, but I have a silicone pad that I work on, and I just put a little over here, get it into my brush, and then I'm gonna put it right in the deepest corner of her eye, right there. Put it in there, tap it around a little bit, and then I'm gonna take my blending brush and I'm gonna blend it out. Just move it around a little bit. Can you give me those paper towels over there? Yes, that'll work. My parrot loves to eat my paper towels.
One or two.
Yeah, just one. Yeah, that's great. I always have a piece of paper towel here because I scrub my brush. If I don't want so much in the brush, I'll scrub it out. I feel like I'm talking too fast.
No, you're doing great. Perfect.
Take a deep breath, Karen. It's okay. So what I did, I scrubbed the color out of my brush now. Now that I have that in the corner.
And you're using the same brush.
Yep. But the paint's out of the brush now.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take it and just refine it a little bit. I mixed it around initially with this mop brush, but really didn't get it the way I wanted it to. So I'm taking the same brush here without the paint. I'm going to move it around just a little bit. I'm going to move it up into the crease like that. I'm going to move it because I don't want it to be thick in one area. I want it to be pretty uniform all around. So if I see it pooling in one area, I'm going to take my brush and just hit it until it's not doing that anymore.
That's a great tip because I would have just left it there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So a nice thin, don't ever let it, and I drag it into these wonderful little wrinkles. Now this brush might be too big for that, so that's when I switch to a smaller brush. Get a teeny bit over if I need just a little more in this. I feel like, okay, just in there, drag it. And again, always blend it. Don't just leave it there because we're building this up. We can always go back and add a little bit more, but I don't take it all the way across the lid. Right in the middle here, I leave that raw clay. I don't try to paint the whole thing. I'm going to let that clay shine through, okay, right around the middle of where the eye's coming. And then I'm going to pick it up again here in the corner, in the deepest corner. I'm going to add just a little in the corner and then move it around a little. Maybe drag it a little there. There we go.
Looks great. Already.
Yeah, it does. She's already coming, and you'll be so surprised. They just come to life right before your eyes. It's so exciting. Okay, now I'm going to go right, see this crease right here where the eyelid kind of folds. Thanks, Sherry.
You're welcome.
Not you.
Oh.
Sherry
Wow.
Young. But thank you anyway. Thanks
You're
for being
welcome.
here. She's my,
I'm here to support though.
oh my gosh, she's more than that. She's so much more than that. Okay, so I took this purple and I really want it to hit pretty strong in there. So I'm not going to blend it out too much, just maybe on the edges. You don't want hard, you don't want to see where the paint stops and starts. You want it to blend into the skin. So if you see it doing that, just take your brush and blend it until you don't see that edge anymore. Sometimes you'll need to take a little oil, and if it's not working for you, take a little bit of that oil and just blend until it looks like,
And if you don't have oil, you can use the Sculpey oil, can you?
Yes. Yeah. The Sculpey oil. Don't use baby oil. Just saying. Okay. Now we're just going to play here. We're just going to hit some of these really cool wrinkles lightly to start with. But not every single spot, just where it's the deepest, like right here, there's a pretty good prominent wrinkle that we want to pop. So I'm going to put it there and then blend it a little. And then I need some more paint. I'm using my small brush for this because it's easy to get in the cracks with. So I'm not going right back up to the eye yet. I'm going to just go in the deepest parts of these cracks. Should say wrinkles, not cracks, because there's no cracks in Sherry's work. This is a beautiful little head, and I'm loving the chance to paint it. I might just do one side and let you do the other.
Okay.
Unless you don't want that.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. No, I'll do them both because I don't want you to feel like it's, you know.
Like she's lopsided.
Well, yeah. Like, wrecked my head. He's always wrecking my stuff. Any place that there's a shadow, I like to put, like right in this temple area. Now here, it's going to be, I'm going to do this, make a circle motion. And then I'm going to go with my big mop because I don't want it to be really hard right here. I want it to just, now you can see, right? I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm hoping you can. Let me see my pointer. Right here, there's a little bit of a imperfection in the clay, and the paint is really grabbing on in there, and I don't want that to happen. So I take a brush right in there and buff it out. There. See that?
Nice.
You don't want that to happen. It makes your work look dauby
Mhm.
when that happens.
It's amazing what a little paint will do.
Right. It
Oh my
really
gosh.
does make a huge difference. So don't ignore those little things. If you see them happening, just, you know, if you have to, if it's really a bad deficit there, you can take a little piece of sandpaper and just rub it out so that that's why it's so important to leave your when you're all done with your sculpt before you cook it, go over it where you'll see some hard edges, the paint will grab it. So that was just a little minor thing, but I thought it'd be worth pointing out.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, right above the eye here, I did this little shadow. It was a little bit much, so I'm going to take it down a little bit. Just with my brush, dot it out there. All right, I'm liking that. There's a lot to do. So I'm going to try not to talk the whole time. I try to hit the major spots like inside the nose. You don't want to hit that with brown because it makes it look like he has a dirty nose. But the purple is perfect. So go right in there and just get it in. And then as you come out, it can be deep inside. It can be rich inside, but as it comes out of the nostril, you want it to fade. You don't want it to look like he's
Has a bloody
got a
nose.
dirty nose or whatever. So that's about all I do there. I might bring it up toward the tip of the nose a little because that's a shadow. We're all dealing with shadows here. And then this little feral thing here, whatever that is called. Freedom? I don't know.
Cupid bow?
Something like that. No, the cupid bow's right here.
That's right.
But I'm going to
The
do
snot
that.
zone.
Yeah. Stop it. Okay, let's get a little bit and put it right in the nose wing there. Bring it around. Soften it. You don't want to see any hard paint line there. That's really, I can't stress it enough. It shows, it's the difference between a really nice paint job and a really crappy paint job. So right under the shadow of his nose right here, I'm going to hit a little bit more because that's the deeper shadow. Buff it out. Make sure there's no little pools. No pools. And then drag it down to this is the nasal furrow here. Go a little bit right there. Brush it off. This stuff is so wonderful because it's so translucent. If you get a little on the cheek or something, you can just buff it away and it just blends it. It's so nice. Isn't it nice, Jared? Don't you love it?
I do like it.
So right in the very, very corner is a pretty deep shadow there. So I got a fairly good amount on my brush. I'm just going to punch it into that crack and drag it. So I'm using what I put there to drag along the side of the mouth. I'm not putting more here. I'm using the excess to drag it into this. I need a little bit more there. Drag it out. There we go. Now we can buff. Because under the lip would be a good shadow. So you can just bring that down under the lip. Yeah, he's so cute. Okay, now we can go, let's do the other side. I still have some on my brush, so I'm just going to see that? I just brought it right up.
Yep.
So I'm going to bring it up onto the nose wing and then right under into the nose. Yeah. Get some. Oh,
Oh
no.
dear.
Oh dear. Oh, Glenn. Got it. I'm good. Ow!
Oh.
I won't swear. I won't. I'm okay. I'm okay.
My head's still attached.
Just about my head a bit. Okay. Bring it around now. I feel like that's a little too much, so I'm going to take my buff it out. And my other, just, there we go. Maybe right onto that. There's a lot of, you can use a lot of excess by just, I don't mean excess, I mean, like I've got some inside the nose here that, won't ever see. So I can reach in there and just drag it up. And just a little bit under the nose will make it look really cute.
It just gives it that
Yeah, perfect shadow. And she's also got some really cute little lip wrinkles. We can go back to our small brush for that. Because if we used the big brush, what would happen?
It'd be a mess.
It would make too much paint. You want some areas flesh, and if you put too much, pretty much you've got a big mess right there. So try to remember that when you're painting, to switch your brushes out. It's not always applicable to use a big old huge brush. You're going to smear the paint all over them places. Now, if you end up doing that, it can be fixed by taking a little bit of a paper towel, maybe dipping it in the oil and just rubbing it away, and that'll return you to your flesh. So if you get too, crazy with the paint, don't despair. You can. That's the beauty of Genesis.
Yes, exactly.
So let's go right here,
It's
right?
not dry till you cure it.
Right. You can always rub it off. You could even use like well, no, you wouldn't want to use acetone at this point. You just use oil. Oil would take it right off, and then rub it dry, and then you have a nice primed surface for anything else. Okay, so I just hit that right in the corner. I didn't take it all the way up to the top of the wrinkle. Am I right in the camera? Yeah.
That's perfect.
Tell me if I'm getting out.
I will.
So I started the paint at the bottom of the wrinkle, and then I dragged it up rather than taking a big glob of paint and painting through the whole thing. Does that make sense? Sure.
Yeah.
And I did it again. I'm okay.
Oh,
No, I'm okay. And then once you've got it on, then you can kind of brush it a little. See how that hit that cute little wrinkle?
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
And it doesn't look too
Dobby.
Dobby is the word of the day.
I was really worried because that clay was so light.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure how it would
It
look.
really looks great. Once you
Yeah.
get the paint on, that color is just
It's just gorgeous. I like
fantastic.
it.
Yeah. All right, now we'll go over to this side. We'll do the same thing. They've got a nice little wrinkle happening here. You know what this is like? It's like doing a kit. Because when I've sculpted it myself, I already know,
Yeah.
the face pretty well, but I'm kind of discovering it as I go. It's kind of fun. It's like people like kits because of that. I mean, the same thing.
Yep.
Oh, you could do all kinds of things with a kit. I have thought of maybe doing a kit, maybe later
That would be fun.
someday. If we figure out how to do the ball jointed,
Oh yes.
I might do a ball jointed kit.
Oh, that would be really fun.
Let people paint it themselves and string it.
So just send up the blank.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
All right. There's a really cute mole here. And you can do whatever. If it was a kit, you could do whatever you wanted. You could really make it a pronounced thing, or you could just subtly. I'm going to go right around the perimeter of it with the purple. So it's your choice. You can make it super, obvious, or you could make it just subtle. But I'm going to choose to. At first, I'm going to go around the edges with this. I just hit that once there, and then I'm going to go into my brown. My cool brown to start with.
And you don't worry about change.
Nope, that's a good point, because you don't have to like clean your brush out. If you just scrub your brush on your paper towel, it's more than enough to get the purple paint out of there. And I'm just going to hit it lightly at first around the top.
Oh,
Cute, huh?
cute.
And then take your smaller brush and just blend it.
It needs a hair in it now.
Yeah, you could do that. I have like a super fine drill. Like it's like this. It's bigger. It's like a pin. It's so fine.
Gosh. Wow.
You can do all kind. I do it for pierced ears and stuff. Okay, let's just blend that really carefully around so there's no gobbly, pooled bits. But so we're going to go back and deepen it as we bake it. And then I like to take. No, I'm not going to tell you that. I decided I'm not. Let's do this one over here. With the purple. It just gives it a little different shadow if you use the purple and the brown together. Okay. Let's go a little bit of brown and purple on that. It's okay. Right in the chin crease here. Let's do a little purple under the lip. There's some really cute little wrinkles right here. Maybe bring it down there because there's some wrinkles here too that I want to hit. Where else? Well, we did the nose. Let's go up. Let's go up on the top here. Okay, let's do this. Is it showing?
Yeah, it's a great view.
I'm going to take it and just I want to leave that edge of flesh. I don't want to cover the whole thing, so I'm be careful here not to. That's not a good brush. Where'd you go? This is the broken one, isn't it? I need some oil is what I need. Come on here. It would be good to have a little dish of that, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Off to the side. There we go. I wanted that dark color to really recede into that socket, and I didn't want it to come out onto the lid, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's kind of wrecks the illusion of depth if you have it all the way onto the lid. And this lid could use a little deepening. Now I'm being fussy here and going back, but I really could bake this and go back and add these shadows. But I'm going to do it now just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Let's go over here and do this one right in the corner where it's deep right there, and then drag it underneath the little socket. So cute, Cher. He's so cute. I love him. Her.
Looks much better now that you painted it.
I'm going to add just a little bit of brown to deepen it, just so you can see what that's going to look like. So I put it strong in the corner there, and then I'm going to take my brush, a clean brush or a rubbed out brush, and then I'm going to just drag it out. Just hit it really lightly and drag it. See what that did?
That looks great. I love how you do that.
You can take a smaller brush and bring it under there. Do the same thing.
Yeah, that looks great. I'm really liking that skin tone now.
Yeah, I love it too.
At first I was like,
it's too white.
it's
Yeah.
way too white.
Now I'm going to take the same thing, this dark brown, and put it right in the corner. Punch it in there a little bit. Rub it out, and just same kind of thing. I'm just going to blend it in with the purple.
Now, how many times would you bake it and put layers on?
I would do probably 2 or 3 layers, depending on how vibrant I want it to be. Yeah. But I think this little gal did probably 3, because I wanted the punch to be on her cheeks.
So you wouldn't have to do the whole face. You just do the certain areas that you want more vibrant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Once she's baked, and I'm thinking, well, she needs a little more punch on her nose, and I just took some of the red and hit there and put her back in the oven.
That's
Or you could use your heat gun.
Yeah.
if you're comfortable using heat gun. But dang, be careful.
But you would put it back in the oven for 10 minutes
10 minutes, yep. 10 minutes is a good
at
time.
275.
Yep, that's the magic number. Let's do the other side. Is that okay?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
We don't want it to be lopsided.
No, we don't. I got some good dark. I'm just gonna hit it in the corner just a little to start with. And then just grab the brush out. Because if you go back, you're gonna have too much paint. So make sure you rub it out. Now I'm gonna soften it and use it. Use a smaller brush to get. Oh, that one had paint on it. No worries.
She's gonna look like a little hussy.
Oh no. Let's take it away.
That'd be a fun doll is to do the mid-century ones.
Yes.
Was it Marie Antoinette?
Uh-huh.
Big wigs. And so much fun.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Yeah. All right. Always test your brush to see if you got paint on it.
Oh.
Now I'm going to take a little bit of oil and I'm going to blend that out a little bit because I don't like how strong it is right there. So I'm taking a little bit of the oil.
We'll see. Now you can show them what to do.
Yeah. So yeah, if it gets too strong somewhere, just hit it with a little bit of oil. Smear it around a little and then I can just brush it off. See that?
Yeah. That's perfect.
Brushed it away. Yeah. And then blend. Blend, 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 blend. I like to drag it down into the wrinkle, coming down onto his cheeks. There's a little on my brush, so I'm going to just go there. Yeah. Let's hit the corner of the eye in here too. And drag it up. And maybe blend it out a little in the corner and drag it down. Yeah, and she needs a little more, but rather than keep going back and forth, I'm just going to cook it and then deepen it where I need to deepen it. Let's do a little here. She could use a little bit in her ears. Again, I use purple, not brown, because it's a little too dirty looking. Get in the deepest parts of the ear, in this little triangular fossa. I'm so pretentious when I say that. Right here. Boy. Had a little brown on it. That's okay because it mixed with the purple and looks good. Because it's in the deepest part of the ear. That's okay. But right around the little edge here, I want that to be a pretty good purple. So I'm going to make sure there's no brown there. There we go. And then blend, 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 blend. Let's do right in here too. And then right on this crease where it goes in to the ear, you want a little bit of that, shadow there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's hit a little bit of these with the small brush. These cracks right up here. Blend, blend, blend. A little too much. You just take your brush and just see how it just blends it out if you go right in there.
You make it look way too easy, Karen.
It is easy when you know how. But if you don't know how, and can be really frustrating. I can totally see how someone could just, I hate Genesis paint. I hate the way it looks. But I
dread painting.
Yeah, you just have to know how it works. Now, see, I felt like that was maybe just a little too harsh, so I'm going to take a little bit of the oil. Oh, I didn't get any there. A little bit of the oil and just soften it. See how it looks really kind of liquidy there for a minute, and then just take your brush. Very nice, yeah. And let's do this guy. deepen that later. Go around the edge here. Right behind the ear. Oh, no, I didn't do that. Right behind the ear, there's these cute little creases that Cher put in. I'm just gonna accentuate that a little bit because that's really cute. Okay, maybe right here around the edge.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Think. Hold on, our computer is low, so we're gonna plug it in. It's right under. Yeah. Thanks, Cher.
So
Oh yeah, because we have stuff plugged in. I have 4 different outlets all around the table.
okay. Is that better?
Yeah. Okay, are we good?
I was wondering why it was getting dark. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Wake up. Okay, I think it's okay now. Okay, so we're almost ready to put this little guy in the oven. The last thing I do before I put it, I do add a little bit of the red color. I always deepen it, and I'm gonna do the initial one, and then I'm gonna let Cher decide how deep she wants it, because you can add the first layer, and then like I did with this little gal, add the first layer, and then you decide you wanted a little more color on this cheeks, or maybe it's fine and you just leave it the way it is. But we're gonna start and rub out the brush real good so there's no brown on there. And then we're gonna take a little bit of it. Now don't freak out because this red is really red at first. So when you put it on, don't go, ah! We're gonna just where you want the color. And this is an old lady. So her color would still be in the same place. But you know what I want to do? I want to show you what it does around the eyes because it's magical. So I use my fingernail as a little palette.
Aww.
See that? Because I don't want that much paint around the eye, but I do want.
It is very bright.
Yeah. And it's like, yikes.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so don't freak out. I'm going to put it all around the eyelid.
She's bleeding.
She's like, oh my God, she's bleeding. And you take your mop brush and really blend it out. Just really blend it out.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
See how it makes that eye area really brighten up. Bring it right up into the brow, all around that area. Now you want to just, I'm going to use my small brush for this. You want to take it and put it, even though Cher's going to pop these eyes out, there's going to be a little teeny area right there where it wants to be red. And right along the edge of the eye. Right there. And maybe here where you can't get at it. You're going to just blend. Punch it a little, blend it.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Really cute, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then right on this edge, the clay wanted, it's kind of a ridge, so the clay really wanted to grab on there. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to take my smaller brush. I kind of rubbed it out a little bit and blend it a little right there. Sorry, I got a tickle.
So you definitely want to watch your low light, your lights, and your highlights.
Yes,
In your face.
yes.
That's
the key. You don't want just to paint willy-nilly all over it. You want to really pay attention to where the low lights and the highlights are going to be. So that's it for that pink part. I'm going to hit it a little on the top of her ear here. See how convenient that is to have it on your nail like that?
Mm-hmm.
On the tops of the ear and on the lobe is where she would have a little color.
I love that angle of her face.
Yeah, she's so cute. Okay, wait, really rub that out. Again, don't let it pool up. Just if you feel like it's a hard line, brush it away into the. All right, let's hit her nose a little bit. Maybe on the top of her nose, she'd have a little color. And right at the end. She's got a cute little pointy nose, so this is going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to hit it softly at first and lightly. If you rub it in too hard, it'll grab onto those sharp angles and you end up rubbing it off.
Makes sense.
Yeah, here's right on this little cheek. I'd like to see some color. So
Oh,
cute, huh?
yes.
Right there, round and round. I use circular motion like this rather than sometimes I'll do a circle and then I'll pop, pop, pop. Do that.
That red just really brings her to life.
Yeah. Okay, let's right at the apex of her right here, you do a little color there. You would do a little on her chin. This is so light. This is such a light application of it. It's so subtle. After she's baked, you can see you can deepen it a little bit more. You wouldn't want to put more than this at the start. It's much easier to add. Yeah.
You can't take it away.
No, it's hard. Yeah, you can take it away, but it's hard. You have to use acetone, and that's not good for your clay. Yeah, you end up with a mess. So it's better to be on the. I tap it in first like that, and then I go around. See how it blends out?
So
yeah.
cute.
It just blends it right out. And don't blend too much in one spot. If you do, you'll get this weird little, I've done this before, you get this
circle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you want to have a light touch and blend it out a little, and then don't keep going over and over it. And you'll also, on this eye, let's do this eye. Just gonna blend it out. And in doing that, it takes it right onto the brow. So you have a little.
I think she needs green eyes.
Yeah, she does. Emerald green.
Oh, yeah.
She's so cute. I put a little on the lip, upper lip, anywhere you want a little warmth. You want to hit that.
Now, this stuff is just as important as sculpting it, really.
Absolutely. You can have a really good head and wreck it with paint. I've done it too. And it's frustrating.
It's just so heartbreaking.
Yeah. And sure, you can use the acetone, take it all off and stuff, but it does take its toll.
Yeah.
I'm going to just add just a hair more right there. Blend it out. Good. That's about all we want to do on that. And now it's time for her to go into the oven, and we'll deepen all these areas or let Cher do it. You know, the areas that might want to be deepened are the moles, if you want those a little more, you know, up. Around just a little bit under the nose, maybe deepen that, and around, if you wanted the eyes to be a little deeper there, you could do that. But that's about it. Yeah. And of course, if you want a more rosy, you could add more. Yeah. But this is about what this is how you want it to start in your first bake. Okay. Okay, so I'll go put her in the oven. You entertain them with something.
Oh, I don't know what to entertain with.
Hey, play this.
Give me the rods.
Play some good music.
This is Karen's new toy. Isn't it pretty? I think we're going to come back and we're going to do some airbrushing on the dog that she just did. This dog is absolutely gorgeous. Wait till you guys see it. She'll be right back. Oh, she don't hear the music. Here she comes.
Here it comes.
You don't have to suffer my music anymore.
No, you just have to suffer mine. Here we go. We're back. Okay, so that's cooking in the oven. Sherry, did you promote my dog?
I did. I told him we were going to be airbrushing the dog.
So here's my pup. Let's put him this way.
So cute.
Yeah, he turned out fun. He's got a
His little collar.
little collar, and I'm gonna put a little tag there.
Oh,
So that's why
so
that's hanging
cute.
there. We're gonna start off by painting him, airbrushing him, a white color, and then I'm gonna go back over and use a blue, kind of a bluish, and make him look real ghostly.
Oh, his little paws.
His little paws.
Goodness.
Got little nails even on.
So cute.
It's got little nails. So yeah, he's fun. So we'll go over and yay! Woo! I like that sound. We'll go over and start him now. Let me put some of this off to the side so we don't knock it over. I will knock it over for sure, because that's what I do. I'm the Karen the Destroyer. Okay, let's move this over there. Okay, that's our airbrush station over there. Get this all. There I am. Oh, stop. Get in your bed.
Come here.
No, get in your bed. She's a pain in the neck. I'm gonna go over there.
Oh.
Oh, no, kitty. You're my baby. Come here. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks upside down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What the heck?
There we go. Perfect.
Okay, that's better. I wonder if I should start with well, you know what? I will. I'll do this one first, because this is a little butterfly wing that I already have black in the airbrush, and so I kind of want to use it up. So let's do this little wing. This is for that fairy that I had a couple of weeks ago. Just finishing up her now, and I need some glasses.
Broke her finger now. Oh, is she okay?
Salsa, did you break your nail? Let's see. Your paw. What? Maybe. Oh yeah. No. Weird. Maybe this is Papa. Huh. She looks alright. So yeah, this little fairy, she's just about finished. I have to finish airbrushing these wings, and then we're gonna put her. She's over there in the corner. She's being delivered tomorrow, so I've kind of got her out of the way because, you know, no doubt I'm gonna bump into it, knock it over before I deliver it. There you go. Where's my glasses? Oh, there they are. I thought you were over here. What? Yeah. Okay, got my glasses on. So this little airbrush is called the Iwata. She's okay.
My poor baby girl.
She's always in the way. And my little compressor.
Oh, that's so quiet.
It's so quiet. Yeah, it's a really tiny one, but the airbrush paint I use is especially for an airbrush. Don't ever put acrylic into your airbrush. Craft acrylic. It is an acrylic paint, but it needs to be an airbrush. I'll turn this off when I'm talking. Can you hear me better? It needs to be an airbrush paint that you put into your air gun, just in case you don't know that. I didn't know it when I first started airbrushing. I thought you put anything in there, but boy, will you mess it up. So let's turn it on again. I'm going to start by painting the bottom part here. I want that to be blacker. So I'm going to start far away first, and as the color comes, I'm going to move in. See that? Ready. Turn it over. Anywhere I see it needs to be black, I'm going to just really want to hit right on the edge, so I'm just directing the spray. right where I want it. If you're not comfortable using an airbrush at first, practice on a piece of paper, go far away and see what happens, and then come in close, tight, and see what happens. You can make all kinds of things. This particular air gun has a trigger, which I love. The other ones have a little button at the top that you have to pull back and then push to release the paint. And after a while, well, for me, I get tendonitis bad.
Yep.
So it does not, that kind of airbrush doesn't work for me for very long. Okay, I want to, right around this edge, I want to just, isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's a tight little line.
Yeah. And this is the back side of the wing, so it's okay for it to be a little darker. So I'm gonna just hit it right on the edge. Come on. Come on. There we go. Right on the edge. I'm gonna come down. Okay, there we go. I want to cover up this part. Let me just put it down for a minute. Can you still see?
Yeah.
I'm trying to cover up the wire as well. I want the wire to be a little hidden by the paint. Over here, get this edge. That.
Even a shadow really gives it gorgeous.
It is.
Oh my god.
So then I'm going to come on the top of it because I want to cover that wire a little bit more. It can get away from you. There's no room for mistake here today because this is the last day I have to work on this, and then I deliver it to Colorado tomorrow. Driving up there in the snow. Wish me luck. This might be the last time you see me. Sure, I'm going to have it on video. Okay. I'm bequeathing you everything I own.
All right.
It all goes to Sharon. She can divvy it up amongst you. Okay? Is she fair that way?
Well,
Maybe. Maybe not. There. I just did that little shadow on the edge, really defined. I'm going to cover that up right there. There we go. And then right here.
Amazing.
I'm going to go back with some white paint and establish those white spots. But that's giving me a really nice, see that?
Yeah.
I'm going to let
shadow is gorgeous.
It is nice. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to put it on. Now we need to get this black paint out of this brush. So I have a little pot of water over here. I'm just going to boil it for a minute.
Now, how much paint do you put in there? In your
About half.
About halfway, yeah.
And then if I want to get it out, I'm going to take a paper towel and just keep putting water. Actually, I would take it over to the sink and do it if I didn't have you guys watching. I'd have to unplug it, drag it over there, wash it in the sink. But this works good.
Well, you got a spray bottle of water in it? Just
I
spray
do.
some water
It's
in it.
right. See that?
Yeah.
That will help. Just keep putting water in it.
Just spray some water in there.
Until it's fairly coming out. Doesn't have to be. Because it's black, and I'm going to go to white.
Yeah.
You want it to.
It'll be
It's
very
okay if
pretty.
it's a little ghostly, but we're just doing the first layer. Okay, if it's a little gray. Yeah, it's coming out. Let me get a whole tube like this. Another thing you can do is block it a little with your finger. And it
Backwash it.
Yeah. That helps clean it too. When you go to clean your air gun, You need to do this until the water runs absolutely clear. Yeah, you don't ever want put your gun away with any kind of paint residue, or you just ruin it. So I take a good half an hour to clean my brush when I'm all done. Really? I rinse it and rinse it and rinse it and rinse it until
It's just so black. It's such a rich color.
Yeah.
It's gonna take.
yeah, it's starting to do.
Yeah. You can also get airbrush cleaner.
There is
too.
airbrush cleaner that after you do all this, then run airbrush cleaner through it, and it just gives a final
Yeah, so that didn't take very long. It's
No.
almost
yeah, it's good enough. Okay, let's find a way. Let that rest for a minute. These little compressors, they do get kind of hot. So I give it every chance to cool down while I'm fiddling around with my stuff. I have extender, which I don't need
Do you
right
want me
now.
to move the camera over there?
No. They don't need to see me looking for colors. Water Babe, what is this? White. I think I have enough. We'll see. Okay. What am I gonna do? My new paper towel out. Come here, puppy. Now, I don't want the airbrush to get on his little eyes. So,
Good point.
yeah. I get a little bit of tape. I'm gonna tear off a little piece of tape. I'm just gonna cover his little eyes up. When I'm all finished,
Sherry Young wants to know how many times will you bake the head?
Sherry said,
Mhm.
it just depends on how deep she wants her colors. If she wants, she'll probably do it one more time. She'll put on some deeper colors, bake it. And then if she wants to deepen it a little more, I mean, you could bake it as many times as you want.
Right.
You
It's
wouldn't
just a
have to-
matter of how deep you want your color.
Yeah. You're not going to hurt the head. I always put a little piece of prop over so it cooks the paint, but it doesn't darken the head, because you know how that can happen. It can get away from you really quickly. So that's what I do. There. Over his little eyes, just for a little while, puppy. Because after he's all finished, then I'll go over by hand and paint around the eyes and deepen his shadows and things. I don't need the airbrush for that.
Oh my gosh, that little face is adorable.
I like him too. I've always had a real soft spot for hound dogs.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, I had it was a Vizsla. It was a type of bird dog, but they have the same kind of face. They have that really soulful look on their face. I
And
just
then that
love them. Yeah, that oof. Oh, they're so cool. I just love them. So I had fun painting this one. Okay, here's my paintbrush. Here's my paint. I mean, you know what I mean. I'm going to put, the mistake I learned the hard way is putting two. You get kind of lazy and you think, well, I'll just fill it all the way up. The air bubbles and it starts bubbling out of the.
I've done that.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what I was doing. It's like, what's wrong with this stupid thing?
It's broken.
Broken. Okay.
Okay.
See, it's even starting to bubble.
Yeah.
I might have put a little too much.
It didn't come with the lid.
I don't think so. I don't know. If it did, I didn't know what it was for.
Kind of like your screws.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm going to pull it back. I'm not going to get it real tight because I want to cover. I don't want to. So I'm going to pull it back and just get a nice coverage. Coverage, come on. There you go. Usually I have my little turny thing, but I've got my computer on. You know what? I can take that off, huh? Yeah, I'll get it underneath. There we go. I have this really cool little turntable that I love to use. Oh, that's my holder.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so this is my little turntable. I can just turn it around without having to touch it. Oh, I already need some more paint. If you were doing something really big, you'd want an overspray, whatever they call those. They're kind of a container that I usually use an old box and I put it around. If it's something really big, like when I did my mermaid, I had to build a little containment area because you don't want spray everywhere in your room.
Yeah.
But this is so small, and I'm doing in little short bursts that I don't really need a big containment area like I did with my mermaid.
It's gonna be so beautiful.
He's getting a nice cover of ghostly white.
The great thing about the airbrush is it's so subtle.
Yes, and it's so. If it splashes like that, you can have, see the mop brush over there? Do you see it? You can hit it. Yeah. Sometimes it'll splatter. Ooh, sorry, pup. So you can just like right away just blot those out. No problem. Well, spray brushes, airbrushes, they do that. They can kind of splatter a little bit. Hi, Pam. Airbrush acrylic. You don't have to use a respirator.
Oops.
Oopsie. No, I mean little skinny short bursts like this, I don't feel like I need a respirator. I'm not. My birds are in here. I'm not even in fear for them.
Yeah.
But if I would, like I said, if I was doing a really big piece like my mermaid over here, I would wear a respirator and I would do it in another room. I wouldn't endanger my birds or my dog. I would. But this is such a small piece, and I'm just doing like little short bursts. The paint's really going on the dog. It's not going all over the room.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it. If you're really a worry, you could, wear a respirator. But I'm kind of not that way. Not about my pants, I am. Oops. I'm going to go right over his nose because that's going to be kind of a bluish. It's going to give me a nice face.
I can just picture it.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm standing pretty close, and I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have asthma. And if this was really, I would not be doing this because I don't want to wake up all night going.
Yep.
Now, if you talk to Noemi Smith, she would tell you, that's Karen.
She's gonna die.
Wear your mask. Underneath, give him that little ghostly. Come on, yeah, Gemma. You already need some more paint.
It's like the paint.
Well, you're not so I'm just putting a really, see how deep it is?
Yeah.
So it's not even halfway. Oh, I love how it's changing the grads.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, that's
isn't that
amazing.
cool?
Yeah, that looks great. I wonder if that's a translucent white.
It could be because it's really,
Really light. I bet you there's
Really
another one
light.
in there.
okay for the first okay, but I might want to go with heavier. I am being really careful, but I'm not. Oh, that's your head done. Oh. I have some, hold on, I have knit somewhere. Hold on, I'll be right back. Clear. And there's Kitty. Aww. I just got a text from my horse lady. She just, hold on a minute. I've got a baby on the way and it's, oh, that's the mama. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous. Look how pretty your tummy is. She's okay. She just wanted to send me a picture. I always, you know, like, oh, your baby's coming. But he's not coming. She's just showing me a picture of the big mama. And how healthy. What's that? It's an extender. Yeah. So that's if you really wanted it.
That's a fun stuff.
Yeah, if you really wanted it translucent, it
Yeah.
would make it really fun. I can't imagine it being much more. Let's do just a little bit more on his paw there. Yeah. Maybe on his ear.
I really love the collar. It's so cute how it's done now.
Yeah. It's just super, maybe a little more right. If I want it farther away, I pull it farther away for the coverage. If I want to narrow it down, I go in tighter. There you go.
Gosh, you could even shake that with the blues. Like
Yeah, I
right
was
now.
even thinking you could do that. I might
That'd be
even
really
try to do
pretty.
that. Because it's really,
Yeah.
should we try it? We can always cover it back up. Let's try it. Just so, I was just going to go over it. You know, dry brushing it in, but, and I will do that on certain areas, but the bigger areas could be done with the blue. I think it would be really pretty. Really nice. Oh, Jacqueline was wondering where we are. It's all right. We're here. Okay. Hang on a minute. What, Kiki? Not sure why not everybody is able to get on because we have, let's see, Pam's there.
So we got three
Sherry's
people.
there. Who else is there?
It doesn't show
Doesn't
us.
show it. Not sure. But if you're not watching it live now, this is taped, so you'll be able to see it on
Yeah.
YouTube later. I'm pretty sure, right? Oh yeah. Let's see when this. A little more. This stuff dries incredibly fast. Like within a minute, it's completely dry. So you can let it dry for a second and then add a second layer. But I'm not going to do too much more. Oh, what's wrong with you?
Do you ever find it getting plugged up now that you've
Yeah.
changed these? Oh, you do?
Sometimes.
You want the extender in it?
See. Where is it? Right.
Right now.
Let's see if that's going to help. Oops. The drops of the extender might thin it out a bit. It's sputtering a little, so yeah, that's
That better?
Yeah. No, it's
I
really
can't
good.
see anything coming out.
No, it's really good. You said it. Yay!
Sam says, thanks, I'm so
You know,
excited.
if you haven't done airbrush before, it is so addicting. Once you start doing it, you want to airbrush your friend, you want to airbrush your dog. You know, it's so fun to practice and play with. I've only been doing it for about a year. I'm not that good, so you know, I still can improve, but man, I love it. I love to get my airbrush out and play.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's better. Yeah. Just needed a little extender. It was a little, maybe a little thick. There we go.
Perfect. Yep. that's what we come up with now. There we go. Whoa. He's such a beautiful girl. Oh, so you're jealous. He's so beautiful. I'm jealous over there. You want to be airbrush? Well, come here. Come here, Rachel. Hey, Sasa. Oh, dear. Come here, say hi. Come here. Come on. Ah, this is the best. There's our baby. That's the best hound dog. That's a good girl. Girl. Want a little airbrush? No, no, Just kidding. I would never do that. My dog. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna let that. I think that's all. I'm gonna clean this out a little. There's our. I think this is the cleaner. Yeah. Let's pop that in because it seemed like it got a little dry. Do you want clean water? Oh, would you mind? Over here or in the bathroom? Just over there in the sink. You can have this little bowl that you can stick it in. I'm not quite sure how it works. But you stick it in and it kind of oils cleans your brush a little. It looks like this. I don't know what it's doing. But it seems to really get out of there. Thank you very much. Whoops. My bad. Oh. Good one, Karen. Here's Elena. When did you buy the airbrush? Do you need to buy that compressor? Yeah, I bought the. In fact, I'm gonna turn it off for a second because it's getting kind of hot. Came as a set. I think I bought them separately, but they're the same brand. So this is an Iwata, and this is an Iwata. You don't have to buy them the same brand, but I did. Just because I'm so new to it, I just didn't know what I was doing. I'd heard that this was a good brand to try, and I did have a different one with the pull button on the top where you hold it, put it like a pen, like this, and you pull that back and push down, and pulling it back releases the air, pushing it down releases the paint. And after, see my position here, after about 20 minutes of that, my hand was killing me. I was just, and Cher has the same problem. It's just not for some people. So I tried one, definitely get the trigger. Yeah, I got the trigger one, and I can do this all day. More money. Yeah, it's the same thing. Pull it back a little, it releases the air. Pull it back more, it releases the paint. It's just not so fiddly. So yeah, I bought it on Amazon, I think. I went on Amazon and found it. It's called the Iwata. So yeah. You've had one for a year, Pam? Well, that's okay, because it is a little intimidating. But I think I'm gonna suggest that you get it out and you get a big board, like either in a cardboard box or something, and practice making far away. Play with it. See what happens when you go close. Practice making straight lines and get fatter and then skinnier as you go in. That's a good exercise. And then make like dots. Control. That's what it's all about, is learning how to control the brush and getting over the whole fear of the paint, of the airbrush. I was terrified too. I thought, oh my gosh, it's just so technical and I'm gonna just ruin whatever I have.
but I went through those steps and practiced, and I know I have a lot of way to go, but I feel pretty confident using it now. Like I mean, I could go underneath and get that, but I'm gonna go with blue. I think blue paint, the shadows. So I'm gonna go just a little bit more with the blue shadows on this. Now that I've got the white paint out of here, and this is cool down a bit. Let me find a good blue. Hold on. Let's see what we got in my box of wonders. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show them the box too that I got.
You want me to move the camera?
No, I'll just come over. So I bought this box.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, there's opaque and there's, what does that say?
Pearlized.
Colors, and then there's just regular in the middle, that's regular pink color. So I bought it on Amazon, and they're pretty small bottles, so you don't have to. I think most airbrushes they come in. Some of them are big, I've seen, but
it doesn't take that much.
It doesn't.
paint.
You saw how much I was putting in. I was putting drops, you know, and so I used this for my mermaid.
She wants a close up on the pup to see airbrushing.
On the dog?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do that. How did we do that? I'll just put it closer.
There you go. It's up here.
There it is. Can you see that? Is it too glary? It looks glary in my camera, but
So it's not that white in person,
no.
but it's very subtle white.
Yeah, it is a real subtle white. Underneath you can, I don't know, let's back it up a little. Underneath you can see the flesh or the lighter
Flesh tone.
Yeah, the flesh tone of the clay. It kind of shines through, but that's okay because I'm going to take the blue and I'm going to go into the shadowy area and cover that up. So
It's so wonderful.
thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad you can see that because from our camera it looks really bright, and I'm not sure if it's my window or maybe it's just light. Should I turn this off? See if it's different.
See, okay.
Oh,
No, it's too dark.
dang it, Karen. Yeah, but that one's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a little better, isn't it? Not quite so glary. Okay, let's pick a blue and do the some of the undertones on the blue, and then I'll be hand finishing him for the rest of the way. I even might try to airbrush the base of that.
Ooh.
Maybe just here and there.
That'd be great.
Why not?
Why not? On the road.
Okay, this is I can't tell. Where's my glasses?
And this on your head.
I know.
Oh my god, that was real.
Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you a story about that.
You are gonna die. Oh, they're right here, Karen.
Brought your head into. Let your head cool.
Oh, she's so cute.
And she's so cute. Let's airbrush your head. Some people do.
Yeah.
They do that, and I don't know. I'm not that good. I couldn't. I don't think I could.
I think you have to have tight legs.
Yeah.
Let's practice on
But
Sherry's
Joe
head.
McPhail does a lot of airbrush on his.
Yes, he does.
But his heads are, yeah. If it was
they're
bigger,
ball jointed too.
he's really good at it. So if you want a real master, contact Joe McPhail because he's really good. Okay, this is a Phthalo blue. It's a pretty bright blue. So let's just try it out first.
You could always do it down.
Yeah, you could.
Or gray. Ooh, gray would
be good. I might go back over. Let's check it out. I like this little compressor because it's very small, very quiet. But it's super easy to lift and move around. I love it. And it's been really good. That's interesting. That's pretty. That's cool. I might gray it down after. Yeah, I'll put it on. I'm going to put it on first and then gray it down a little bit. Because he is a ghost. Yeah. But let's start by just putting a little around the base of his tail. Ooh. Come on now, don't do that.
If it's not one big old spot. Until you get on your face. Really? Ah! Everybody yell! Come on, go where I want you. It's splattering a little, so I'm gonna just ding it. Well, it's a blue tick, so that's okay. There you go. It could be spots. Yeah. Let's go underneath. Yeah, that's it. There you go. There we go. And then we'll take a little minute. Sorry.
Oh.
There you go. Easy fix. Yeah. And I can go back over and do it right. I had that a little bit on my mermaid when I was doing her splattering. It's really frustrating. Not sure why I'm doing it, but get underneath. There we go. Ears. How's that? To a squat from a. It's a little tricky to get in tight right there, but I'm gonna try to get tight here. Oh, splatter! Damn it! It's so weird that it's still. Yeah. Actually, oh, cute. Oh, see, not all this. Good. Yeah, just going to mixing it right now. Oh dear, Mom, he's peeking. No. Time to look. Yeah, he's still peeking. Let's put him back. No fiddly, but this is that low tack paint. Yeah, paint tape, so it's not gonna stick too hard to your piece. Which is what we want. I'm gonna put a little of that extender. Yeah. Water based. I wonder if you got thinner in there. I don't know if you want thinner. I don't think I do. Maybe. Just checking it out. Your bottles are bigger than mine. Mine's only this size. Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, to make your own gray. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I just licked the brush. Yeah, I want to use the gray. I'm going to do a little on the toes. Woo! To get it in the cracks there. I'm going to go right in between. Come on, work with me here. Right in between. That blue is just gorgeous. Yeah. Really the fun. I'm going to stop worrying about the splatters. Yeah. And you can fix it. Yeah. I can go back over with my white. I'm going to go right around. See if I can get him tight. Yeah. where that goes. Right around his nose.
Oh yeah. You can also change the heads on those.
Yeah, you can get really.
Yeah. Oh, that looks pretty fun.
Let's get tight here. What do you think?
I think it's good. I kind of like the spots. Just
Yeah.
get in there with the wet brush. And
I do too. There's like, cause like a
Yeah.
tip town, you know. We'll see. That's what we call a happy accident. Real tight under here. Yeah, that seemed to help the splattering too. That center, yeah, not splattering as much. That's good. I spoke too soon. It's not good. All right, here's a little bit.
Because you could always go with the white. Just highlight
Yeah,
it.
and absolutely. I might even do that. Right? Yeah. Let's see what happens when I do that. Good stuff here. It's so fun. You go right under the armpit. There we go.
I wonder if we should have done the blue first.
I know. I'm thinking the same thing. But it's okay. It just means
It's
I'll
okay,
go
yeah.
white over this.
Exactly. It's
Because
not
I'm
gonna hurt it.
liking, yeah, I'm liking like going into the pause here, but I'm not gonna leave it like that. It has to be, see, like that.
Yep. And then when you go with white,
Yeah.
it'll
It'll
really
look really good. So that's what I'm gonna do. So live and learn. Yeah.
It's a beautiful blue.
It really is. Fun blue. It looks like tiki a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
He's sleeping
He's over there sleeping.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you should have done the blue first. Okay, so you do the blue first and then the white.
No, live and learn like you said. Are you gonna put whiskers on them?
Maybe some little short ones, you know?
That's cute.
Let's see what cute. Ghost towns coming to life. Okay, I think we're ready to do a little white. Ooh. Okay.
It's one way to clean the brush.
Yeah. I think we're ready to do a little white now. So. down
Oh,
here.
that's what that is.
I have no idea what it does. But somehow it's cleaning the brush. That's awesome. To some degree. It helps air. See how it's like
Yeah.
blowing that out? I don't use it exclusive. Oh, buddy.
I'm taking a life break.
I'm not doing it exclusively, but okay, let's put a little more white in here. Do the rest of it. And then we'll let that sit, and we're going to go back to Cher's little head. Oh yeah, that's the ticket chair. That is how it's done, man. Come see. Where'd she go? Hi, Pixie. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Susan. Thank you for helping me out. I thought I posted the link, but I don't know, maybe it didn't work. I don't know. So if you just got here, we're airbrushing this little dog. And we decided, well, first I put on a white base and then I did a blue base. But we're learning that it's probably better to do the blue base first, because now I'm having to go back over and shade it with the white. I don't know. It just seemed it probably would have been a good idea to, because the gun kind of splattered a little, so got some splattery blue stuff. So I'm gonna cover. I'm just gonna highlight it now. Where the paw is, see where that's really blue? I'm just gonna hit it now with the white. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that.
Yep.
That's what you want to do.
Oh, that looks really good.
Ears. This airbrushing gives such a smooth look to everything. You just love the effects that it has. Huh, they said that it could be my Yeah, that's weird, huh? I thought we posted the link. We're not sure what we did wrong, but maybe somebody can enlighten us.
We'll get our crap together eventually.
Yeah, eventually I will have this down to a science, and then y'all have something better
Then
to
you'll be
do.
sick of us.
Yeah, then you'll be sick of me.
Or you.
See that? She's already pulling it into my action. Us. No, Cher's my right hand, man. I wouldn't know what to do without her.
Yeah, that looks
That's
really
good, huh?
good.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, guys. So always put in your
Dark
dark
colors first.
before your light. Not that we didn't fix it really easily, but if you want to save yourself a little time and paint. Put your dark values in.
Oh, it's starting to look like a ghosty cup.
Yeah, it is. You're so cute. You want to be a ghosty cup. The story is that his master died while they were making rounds in the graveyard, and the dog was so heartbroken, he died from a broken heart.
That's sad.
Within, I know,
Those stories are sad.
he died within a week of his old master, so he was really happy to be rejoined with his caretaker master. The master is a caretaker of the cemetery. And he walks around with a light, with a lantern, holding a lantern, making sure the grave robbers stay away. So he's a kindly soul, but still don't want to mess with him. Give me a little more right here. I don't want this too blue. Neat, because it just hits the high spots.
Yeah. I noticed that.
I mean, if you're really
And it just makes that blue so subtle that it's perfect.
Zeros. Who's here? Get him! Okay, we're just about finished here. Let him dry, and we're gonna go back to Cher's. There you go.
Oh, I love it. You would never be able to do that by hand.
Not like this.
No.
It wouldn't have the same powdery,
The blending.
ethereal, yeah. Just, you can always tell an airbrush piece. Always.
Yeah.
You just have a really unique look. A little more.
Now, would you seal it after painting it that way?
Would I what?
Would you
Seal
seal
it? Yeah, I'm like, it's the same with any kind of acrylic paint.
Yeah.
You just spray it over with some matte. Yeah. Yay! Woohoo! That was fun. Hi, Pixie. Where? Oh. So I don't know why Patreon didn't give you that now. Because I posted it yesterday, and then I was kind of worried that nobody was responding. It was like, well, maybe they're not
That is
here. But yeah, I'm not sure why Patreon didn't give you the heads up. Maybe it wasn't far enough in advance. I don't know.
Maybe we're supposed to send it. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, I'm gonna let this sit in this water. If you don't have time to clean your airbrush, that's fine, but don't just let it sit on your counter. Stick it in some water. I always have a little pot of water like this. Stick it in some water, and it'll be fine until you can get to it. Because like I said before, when I clean it, I take a good 30 minutes to rinse it, blow it out, rinse it, and then I follow through with some some airbrush cleaner, blow that through it a couple of times, and then I dry it out real good, and then I sit it up in its little home where it sits. But I learned that from Noemi, who is an expert, Noemi Smith. She's an expert at airbrushing. And she's also a little, how do I say it nicely? OCD. She's a little OCD. She will do it for like an hour. Sit there, I'll be like, okay, it's done. But I think 30 minutes of a really good, I think that's probably good enough. It's good enough for me. My airbrush hasn't conked out on me yet. So let's see if I can get you a closer look on this guy. Yeah. Let's take his little patches off his eyes.
Oh.
Now I will go back
Oh my gosh.
with a dry brush and just detail around the eyes a little bit. Not too much, because we want him to look pretty ghostly. I don't want him to have too much life to him. I want him to look, you know, dead.
You could also use those on a paintbrush. Your paint's there.
Yeah, the airbrush paint that you use to paint him, you could definitely,
Use the
you know,
detail.
just go around and then just blend it. Make sure you blend it out so it'll look, you know, copacetic. His nose will remain kind of a blue. I'll probably do a little more blue there. But yeah, I think he came out really cute.
I love that collar.
I'll do some here.
You're showing the buckle on the back. It's
Oh yeah, a little buckle on the back. He's got little studs that I just took little miniature brads while it was wet. I think he's awake. Talking over him. He's so funny. Anyway, I pushed those little brads in while it was wet and then just baked him. I did bake him for an hour because it's cosplay, and I knew I wouldn't be using Genesis, so I knew I wouldn't be, series baking him. So I wanted to make sure he was really, really big, and so he is. His little tail, I don't know if I'm always scared to test
Yeah,
it,
me too.
but his little tail's very
As
flexible.
long as you know it's
Yeah.
cosplay.
I wouldn't do it if, actually it is sold, so I probably better not mess with it. Yeah, but yeah, he's a lot of fun. Love him. Thank you, Pam. Thanks, Pixie. Live is not on Patreon at all. What are you gonna do? I don't know why not. It's on YouTube though, but we linked it Patreon. So yeah. Sorry guys. Sorry about that.
Well, you'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get it. I mean, as long as you can see me. Let's turn off reminders there. Okay, we'll let him sit over here and really dry. And I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. And then we're gonna flip around and watch as we finish Sherry's head. Sherry's gonna do it because oh, you're gonna tell me what to do then. Okay, tell me if you want it stronger or
Hi, Pixie. It freaks me out because it bends in.
what bends in?
His head, her head.
Oh, that's
I guess I don't want to do that. Huh? Don't do it on bacon, dummy. You big dummy.
Drop some. Okay, turn around. Here we are, back in the. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Elena. I'll be doing another one because I actually sold this one, and I probably should know because I'm trying to build. It's always great to sell stuff, but I'm trying to build up stuff for the show that's coming up in September. So that's right in my face. That's not good. But an artist has to live too, so I'll just make another one. So just do that. All right. She's so cute, Sherry.
Turned out really cute.
She really did.
I still think I like the scope.
Yeah. I don't have one to show. Well, yeah, do my fairy. The fairy's head is in Pro Sculpt, and the rest of it is in cosplay.
Can you grab her?
No.
Oh, please don't make me.
I'll take the camera over there in a minute and show you guys, but I'm afraid. Wow, that didn't come off, did it? I'm all speckled. That's okay.
It'll be there for days.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll come off. So what do you think you want me
I
to?
think she needs brighter cheeks.
Yeah.
And a brighter nose.
Mhm.
And other than that,
Do you want me to deepen the moles
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say maybe a little bit deep. Oh,
Whatever you think she needs.
I'm gonna say she needs just a little deeper in the corners, and I just put red paint in there, so I'm gonna buff that out. It's all good.
It's all good.
Can you see over there if that mop brush is there? Because I definitely need that. No? Maybe it's under the computer.
Nope. There's a marker under it.
Heck.
I'll find it. Just roll it open. Oh my God, it was like right here.
I know.
Tiki.
What'd you do, Tiki? Oh, there's one here. I'll use this one. Okay. I have them everywhere.
No
That-
clue.
That is the brush. No, it's not. Okay. All right, I got a little bit of that there. I'm gonna get that out of there. Oh,
There you go.
there we go.
So the cosplay color is a very light.
Yeah, this one is very light. This one is rose. The rose color. It's just a little, if you see them close
Just got a
side by
little bit more
side.
red.
This is a little pinker. Yeah, it's just reddier. Ruddier. Is a
Reddier.
good,
There you go.
yeah.
Great.
It's more of a ruddy color. I wouldn't use it on a baby. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just too red. I don't know, maybe. What do you think? Look how dirty that got.
Oh my God. Mine's
gross.
just as filthy as that.
No, it's not.
Mhm.
Well, maybe a little, but not. Your hair's gonna go there,
Yeah.
so it won't matter. Okay, let's finish this gal up. I like your little red eyes. That's really cute. It was a happy
Mhm.
accident. All right, let's go and make her cheeks
Ruddier.
ruddier. That's the word of the day. Use it in a sentence.
Ready.
Her complexion was quite ruddy.
Ruddy.
There's no brown in it. There we go. So I'm just tapping it in a circle right there. And then I'm going to take my brush and kind of move it in a circular motion, but not too much, because if you go too hard, it'll make a weird little circle. I can't explain it. You just have to try it and you go, oh, that's what she's talking about.
Looks like you got a bruise.
Yeah, a little
With a
circle
goose
in
egg
the middle. It's
inside.
really weird. It's a weird thing. Now, because Cher Sculpt had this contour, it went up and then down in. If I continue to go around a circle trying to get that color in there, it's going to make that little weird circle. So I'm going to take a smaller brush and just go in there and do the work with a smaller brush. Okay. And then right around the edges, I don't want it to look too hard right there. So I'm going to just, instead of mixing the whole thing around, because I like that color and I don't want to get that weird circle, I'm going to go with this brush and right around the margins of the paint, I'm just going to go in circles and blend it in. And that makes it blend softly into the face. The real trick to cosplay is your surface of your clay. If it's at all rough or bumpy, you know, it will catch the genesis, and it'll make it look dauby a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what's kind of happening here, just a little bit, because his cheek is a little bit, it's not quite as smooth as it probably could be. I'm not,
gave up on
no,
the cosplay.
and I'm not criticizing her work at all. She's an amazing artist. It's just, this is so like, I don't know, is this your first
That's my
cosplay?
first, yeah,
Yeah, so
first cosplay.
she's used to
yeah.
working with Pro Sculpt that just blends like butter,
Yeah.
you know. But like here, I'll show you. Let me share. See this? I'm showing Sherry, so I just want her to see it. See this edge right here?
Uh-huh.
See how it's whiter on the
Yes,
top?
Uh-huh.
And when I hit it with see how it's not going away?
Yep.
It's like, yeah. So that's what I mean.
I wonder if it was some baby powder too.
It could be. Well, no, it's just the clay isn't real smooth right there.
Okay.
And it's just grabbing, it's not, yeah,
It's just not
You know?
coloring right.
yeah, it's okay though. She's just gonna have a real, oh, sorry, am I out of the picture? It is an awesome, absolutely, it's adorable. And it's gonna be so cute once we get it painted up. Might have to do it a couple times to get it really, I mean, even mine does a little bit, does that. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of try to get rid of those little dotty areas. And the eyes here, just around the rim of the eye. It makes it cute if it's a little pink.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I almost forgot, she's going to be taking these eyes out and setting them with her own eyes. So it doesn't matter if I go on there. I'm all trying to be careful. You don't need to be careful. Just really work it in there. Yeah, see how cute that looks?
Yes, I love that look.
Yeah. And you can overdo it there. So, just a little is going to be good. I'm going to start color under her nose. Yeah. Under the nose and bring it around to the front by blending it. I don't like that brush. It's got something on it that I don't like.
I have no idea where your brush
I
went.
don't know.
What should just be sitting here
I
somewhere?
know it's probably under. Maybe I dropped it.
I looked on the floor.
There it is.
Where?
It was under this stupid thing. This is this is a nice softer brush. It's got blue on it, but you don't mind, do you?
Mine's over there. I guess I could have grabbed it. No.
It's dried. It's not gonna transfer. Oh no! Just
Oh,
kidding.
dear.
Just kidding.
Damn it, Karen.
You ruined my stuff. You owe me $1,000.
I'll just take the ferry.
I just pick out one of these, shall I? You can have Pixie. Oh, no, you can't. Pixie, you have your fairy. It's here ready to be shipped out. Yes, it is.
Pixie got
She's
a
over there.
ferry.
Yeah, Pixie bought that Pixie. You know, that water Pixie.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. That was one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah, you do. That's yours. You want to go get her? Go get him.
Yes.
Show him to us. He's gonna bring him over here.
He's so cute.
I have to kind of paint. I have to touch up the paint on his costume, but he's
You
just.
know, he would fit in my purse.
I don't think he would.
Oh, I just love him.
Yeah, Pixie liked him too. There he is. Now this little guy,
Adorable.
he was made entirely with cosplay. His outfit is cosplay. His shorts are cosplay. Let's turn him over. See, the little belt is cosplay.
His outfit looks just like fabric.
Yeah, if you can, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's textured to look like fabric. I actually rolled it out onto a piece of fabric to get this texture.
Unless you touch it, you really wouldn't know.
Yeah, and it's quite flexible. Wait, I'm getting caught up in the thing here. The little collar is very flexible.
Oh, I love that piece.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. I hope he's got little freckles. He has little freckles.
Aw.
I hope Pixie will love him as much as I do.
Oh, I bet she will.
We're gonna sit and he has a little spike up his bottom,
Oh dear.
and we're gonna sit him in a little pot of flowers for her. I'm coming, Pixie. Whoa!
He's adorable. Yeah, he's one of my favorite.
He's fun to make. Okay. All right, where were we, Cher? We're doing the nose, weren't we?
We were doing the nose.
Okay. So a little brighter than that. We can always do more.
I don't think I'll do a pointed nose like that if it's hard to paint.
Just smooth it really good.
Okay.
You just need to like hard edges are your enemy in the paint. But it's working. It's working. Good. See, I want this top edge. See this?
Mm-hmm.
I want that to fade.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just go back and forth and just bring it up the nose without adding more paint. See how that faded it a little bit?
Yep.
And then maybe some of the bridge. A little bit more. Maybe some. Oh. I'll do a little bit more
I
on
could
that
have
side.
smoothed it a lot better, but I was just done with that.
You know
play.
what? It's just your next one will be 10 times better, and this will give you a nice
Yeah.
knowing what to do and what not to do.
Right.
This is a perfect learning example. So I'm really glad you're letting me do it. Because this is what people need to see.
If
and
I was
know.
to paint that by myself, I would have probably just trashed
You would
it.
have trashed it.
Yep.
You would have been so frustrated. Damn it, why isn't this taking the
Yep.
paint like Karen's?
Yep. Why don't I look like Karen?
And that's why. It's a
Yep.
very simple reason is just, and part of it is you're so used to working in Pro Sculpt. And
Definitely.
it just doesn't have
Yeah.
that property. It's not quite as fussy as a cause clay is. But it's a small price to pay for flexibility and not cracking. You just have to learn how to use it.
Yep.
That's the
Keep it clean.
yeah.
She's so dirty.
It's okay. You're not a dirty girl. Are you a dirty girl?
Dirty
Are you a
old
dirty girl? Yes. I know.
lady. Yes, I am.
Maybe I am. Proud of it. Okay, let's put a little more color right here.
Did you hear him say hello?
Yes. Good job, Tiki. Did you say hello? He's such a brat. He bites it. Like, hello.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's so funny.
He says, "Oh, you're so sexy."
I have to turn my head all weird.
Oh my gosh! No, he was like rubbing up against it.
Oh dear. Ooh, might need to cut to a break while a bird composes himself. He's a bit horny.
That's what it was. Is he couldn't get around it.
Is that always been all
Yeah.
pissy with it?
Yeah.
Move.
Little stinker. No, that's not been it. He's still pissed at it.
He just likes to bite stuff. And put a little ruddy on this cheek right here. Maybe a little more right here. Yeah, that matches. Oh,
That's cute.
so I'm blending.
So, what color do you like the best out of the cosplays?
Oh, this color.
The light.
Mhm. Yeah.
Me too. I think.
Yeah, when I mixed it, I mixed her, I think, with a little bit of the light. So she's not quite as
Yeah, I was gonna say she's not as.
rosy as she
Yeah.
could have been. But I do like this light. This is one I didn't like. But he actually has a layer of white paint. So he looks really white.
Mm.
But I not very much, just a
Yeah.
smattering of white. I just barely dry brushed it on. So his neck is pretty white. Yeah, and I think the fairy Pixie's fairy is I don't know. I don't know what that is now. It might have been the pink
I think it is the pink.
because it's the soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used the soft on that. So you think that's red enough? Do you want to bake it and then
I
see?
think, yeah, let's bake it. And then
All
we'll
right.
see.
there it is. I want to go, God, my hair's in the shot. Sorry, guys. I want to go a little, this lip right here, back and forth. Eyes. Now, when this cooks, it's going to diminish just a little bit. These colors, like around his eye, is not going to be as rich as that. I really want to. I wanted to add some to the mole. That's what I was doing. And I'm gonna use both browns this time. I've got the grayer brown and that's purple. You're like, Karen, get together. I want to use both those browns. So I'm gonna try a little. Get my big fat head out of the way.
I need to give you some raw umber. I don't.
You don't have any raw.
I
It's
just-
really a nice dark.
Is it?
Yeah. And if you mix it with the burnt, it makes a really nice
Yeah, I've only got
dark.
it burnt.
Let's get this really dark.
Is this the new softer cosplay? Yes.
Yes, mixed with. Oh, this is all soft.
That's
isn't
why I had such a hard time sculpting it, is because it was so soft.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pro Sculpt Light has a little bit of talcum in it, so it gives it a little bit of a tooth. Cosplay, I don't know. I
haven't
don't-
noticed the
I
any
haven't
difference between the
noticed.
colors.
Yeah, I haven't noticed the difference in the colors either.
Like the baby's softer and
Mhm.
Pro Sculpt.
Yes, and it doesn't have that same.
Yeah.
The only way I can describe it is like a tooth. Like it's got almost like a porcelain. It feels like.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Mhm.
So what I'm doing now is I'm just deepening around the eye, the areas that are the deepest, the corners, just smoothing it so it doesn't quite look so dubby. Maybe put a little under the nose area here of the brown, not anything else. That might be a little too much. Let's take that out. See how easy it
I
is.
love how you know how to just mix the colors and just fix it.
Part of that is just doing it 100 million times, and you get good at something if you do it a lot. There it is. I love Genesis because you don't have to worry about it drying up on you. See, if something like that happened if it was acrylic,
Yeah.
I'd be screwed. So I love that about this paint. It's kind of forgiving, really.
I can't paint my.
Oh, Pixie. You're so funny. A little more shadow, just really subtle around his nose wing here, area here. Just with a little bit of that brown.
Yeah.
With a tiny, tiny brush. I'm just going in spots because I want to use it to drag it around. If I painted that whole thing dark, it would have been too much. Watch. So see how I touched it there and there. Now I'm going to take my not my dry, but no paint in that brush. And I'm just going to drag it around. See how that looks. Maybe up into the area here. And now let's put a bit on this mole. Because it had already been based up around the base of the mole with purple, You don't really need to go in with the paint there because it's subtle. Keep picking up the wrong one. You can blend it just a little. The brush. Let's do this one. And maybe this one.
She sure is moly.
Here's what?
She sure is moly.
She's moly. She's like me. I'm a moly.
Oh, dear.
Moly, moly, moly.
Mole, mole.
You remember that movie? Remember that movie where the guy has a big, huge mole?
Oh, yeah.
What is that movie?
Oh, what is it?
Austin Powers.
Oh, Austin Powers.
It's like, don't say anything about his mole. It's like, mole, 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 mole. So funny. Okay. Dark enough?
Yes.
What do you think?
I love it. Looks great. Thank you. Thanks for painting my face.
You're welcome. Thanks for letting me use it as a sample. I don't know about you, Cher, but I like the eyes to really pop.
I do too.
And
Yep.
the only way to do that is to really subtly add these darks in just a little at a time. These my old faces. And I did it really dark here, but I'm going to use that to just bring it down into the creases here. Just ever so carefully. Maybe even there.
See, that's one thing I was not doing.
You weren't doing that?
Uh-uh.
What were you doing?
Plopping it on there, swishing it around the mop.
Oh no. Really? Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you came over today then.
Yeah.
Because, I don't do these demonstrations very often. Like that. I mean, I do for my Patreon, but I hadn't as of yet. I mean, this is the first one I think I've done. I just assumed everybody knew how to use them.
No, I think for me personally, painting is
The trickiest.
my nemesis.
Nemesis. I'm just putting a little more purple around the inside of the nose here. It's just too light. Yeah, see that nice show share.
My shiner.
See that shiner
Yeah.
shadow right,
Oh yeah.
right here
That's beautiful.
and on each side. You want to do that. If you leave those little details out,
Yeah.
it really makes a difference in the finished piece. So you want to cover all your pieces. Put a little more in the corners, just with the purple. Yeah, maybe here. I think we'll call him baked.
All right. Yeah, I think it looks
Maybe a
great.
little bit more in here. Yeah, he's so cute. And then what we're gonna do after we bake him another time, we're gonna drill out those eyes, pop those out, maybe drill a hole for the armature head.
Mhm.
And then we're going to make a base plate. I'm not going to do that today because I think we've done live
Yeah.
long enough.
I'll be sick of us.
You're probably pretty tired. We could do this all day.
Yep.
But I've got a ton of things to do before my
Before your trip.
trip. I leave tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Got to
Carrie.
take that ferry. Shall I show you the ferry before we sign
show
off?
Carrie.
I'll show you the ferry. I'm going to walk you over. So here we go. You get to see my whole room. Okay, don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy. We're walking over. Will it fit? Well, let me just move it over here. Okay, here she is. Where's that wing? Let's put the wing on.
Where did we do it?
Well, but it set something on it.
She's right here.
Ugh,
The box was on it.
goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear. That's not good. Okay.
Probably hold the camera.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm all over there like, what? We want to throw up. Okay, here she is on her base. Yeah, show her like, let's see if we can turn it.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
So I finished her costume and I've been curling her little hair. I still need to braid, see this long braid here? I need to wind it around and then sew it to her head. And I'll be doing that later. But this is the wing that we worked on earlier. I'm just gonna turn her around. This gorgeous hair is Surrey alpaca. And it is just to die for. So soft and what, jeez. That is a magnet holding that on there like that. Let's turn her back. And then we'll just fiddle with it until it's the right, because they're bendable, you know, until it's the right bend. Yeah. But zoom in on her eyes, Cher. Those are Sherry's eyes. See, aren't they awesome?
Which way am I going?
Give me that thing.
I'm a crappy driver.
Look at these eyes. They're so beautiful. It really makes the sculpt. And never skimp on your eyes when you're doing, let's pull it back a little. When you're doing a piece that's, you know, it's going to be a showpiece, or just skimping on the eyes is just the worst thing you can do. What I wanted to say was this doll, you know what, Cher, hold this for a minute. I'm going to bring it over here in a different light. So maybe they can see it better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This one was made so her face is Pro Sculpt light, and her neck and her arms and her legs are Cosclay.
You can't even tell a difference.
You can't. I mean, it's seamless the way it blends in with that. But
no, when you
yeah.
hooked it to the head, you had to cook it for another half hour.
Yeah.
So you just protected that head. Really
I did. I put that what do you call that prop? I put that prop over it, over the head, and then baked it. So because I didn't want this face to change at all. I didn't want it to have any kind of color change because it's such a luminous skin tone. You know, you don't want it to change color. You don't want the ears to darken and the little nose. You don't want anything to really change. So that's where that prop comes into its own.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
The head out
of Pro Sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really can't see a difference.
No,
It looks,
gosh.
especially after it's painted. There's no
Yeah.
way you could tell me you could question which one was what. But yeah. Okay, guys, that does it for our live session today. I'm not sure exactly why.
Let's see.
Do we have a question?
Elena, what would be the basic colors I should get?
For what?
Are you talking the Genesis paints? I think she's talking about the Genesis.
Yeah, are you talking about the Genesis paint?
I would just go over you.
Yeah, I'll just go over it real quick. Let me bring this over here. Oh, damn. How was that on
Here,
there? Okay. Okay, so Elena, the basic colors I use is this. It's a Sweetheart,
strawberry
strawberry creases and wrinkles. And you can get this at Sherry's.
I have it in 5
she has it
grams.
on her. Yeah, she has it on her website. It's really easy to get. So it's the creases and wrinkles. Help me.
And then that is the strawberry creases and wrinkles.
Strawberries and creases and wrinkles.
And
this one is the Sweetheart blush. Yeah, you definitely want this one.
That's a beautiful,
great red for blushing and around the eyes. It's really, and then you want to go with brown. Do you carry the brown as well?
I don't have it listed, but if they want some,
you could get it.
Yeah, just
okay.
Send me a
so
message.
This is the it's called eyebrow brown, but it's like a burnt or raw umber, and then this is burnt umber. You don't have to have both, but I like this. The burnt umber is a little warmer, and the raw umber is a little cooler of a brown. And I like to have both because I like to mix them. So I like that, you know. Anyway, those are the basic colors you need to do your skin tones. And with that, we shall sign off. And unless somebody else has a question. Thank you, Pixie. Ooh, I put my mouth right up to that microphone. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. But so is me and Sherry, we're signing off, man. Well, wait. Nope, we're all over the place. That's our boobs.
That's my boobs.
Here we are.
Bye, guys.
Okay, signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great
Rest of your
weekend,
day.
right? Weekend, rest of the day. We'll see you in maybe next week or something. Okay, bye. Love you. Mwah. So why